Hello guys. So in this session we are going to learn monitoring Java API alerts with OpenTelemetry, Prometheus and Grafana. So let's start. So first of all, here I mentioned prerequisites, right? So the prerequisite is we need a AWS account with Ubuntu instance. Then we need a basic understanding of Java, Maven, Spring Boot, OpenTelemetry, Prometheus, and Grafana. Okay. So let's start. So first of all, the first step is we need to install essential softwares like Java and Mavens. Okay. So first of all, we need to update our system packages. So as you can see, here I have successfully connected to my terminal. Okay, this is my Ubuntu instance and let's update the system packages. So it takes 2 seconds to update our system package, right? Because we are going to update and upgrade the packages also. So as you can see, it's done almost. It's in progress. So as you can see, it's done almost, right? After that, update the system packages, we need to install the JDK 17. Okay, so let's install JDK 17 for this. So it's installing OpenJDK 17 on Ubuntu 24.04 EC2 instance. So yeah, it's done. After that, let's check the version of Java. As you can see, it's 17, right? Okay. So it's done. We have successfully installed Java also. Now the next step is let's install Apache Maven. So we need to install Apache Maven. So the command is apt install maven -y. As you can see, it's done. If you want to check the version, so you can run the command mvn-v. You can see the details about Maven. You can see the Maven version and the location and Maven use Java. So the Java version and so on the details about Maven. Okay, it's done. So it's done. First step is done. Now the second step is let's create a project directory and pom.xml file. So now we'll create the main directory for the Spring Boot project and then create its essential pom.xml file. Okay. So first of all, let's create the root project directory. So my directory name or project name is my OTEL app. So let's create using mkdir command. Now if I run the ls command, as you can see, my folder So I'm going to inside my folder, and now if I run the ls command, as you can see, as of now, there is no any files or folders. Okay, so let's create a pom.xml file. So this file is the project model that POM, right? A project object model for Maven, and it defines your project structure, dependencies, libraries, your needs, app needs, and here how it should be built. Okay, so let's create it. Sorry. Um, Here is the pom.xml file. Okay, so let's save the file and exit. Now current the list command, there is a pom.xml file. Okay, now then after that, the next step is let's create a Java directory and main application class. So now we will create a Java directory structure and main application class. So first we will create a Java source directory structure which is created using this following command. So let's create, we are going to create a folder mkdir src folder in this main Java com example and my OTEL app. So let's create this folder in this. Okay. Now let's command, as you can see, the folder is that we have created. Now let's create a my hotel application Java. Okay, so let's create. So this main class that Spring Boot uses to start your application and use Nano to create this edit file inside newly created directory structure. So let's create this file in this location, and the file name is my hotel application dot Java. So let's create this file, and the file data is here. So let's add this data and exit. Okay. Then after that, an open editor will use the paste. Okay. Inside. Okay. So we have successfully created this file. Okay. Now the next step is let's create the REST controller class with error handlings. So this step involves creating the Spring Boot REST controller that will handle incoming web requests, and this controller will include multiple endpoints. Okay, so for that, let's create this mycontroller.java file. Okay, so for that, so you will create this file in the same directory as your main class, right? This class. So ensure you are still in your root directory, in your sorry project directory. So we are in our project directory, right? Okay, so let's create a new file with the name mycontroller.java. So in this location, so here in the file. Okay, let's save the file. Okay, now it's done. We have successfully created three files, that pom.xml, that myhotelapplication.java, and mycontroller.java. Okay. Now it's time to move fifth step. Now the fifth step is let's build the Spring Boot application and download the OpenTelemetry Java Agent. So let's build the Spring Boot application. So ensure you are in the root of your project directory, right? So before running this command tells Maven to clean up any previous built artifacts, download any necessary dependencies, and compile your Java code and package it. Okay. So now we are in our project directory, right? So let's run this command mbn clean package. And as you can see, the message build succeed. Okay, it's done. So let me clear screen first. And after that, let's check our structure. So let's verify the file structure. So the command is ls hyphen capital R. So as you can see, your file structure look like this. You can see in that particular folder, your files and the folders and so on the details. Okay. So it's done. Okay. Now, now let's download the OpenTelemetry Java agent by using this command. So let's download using duplicate command. And after that, if I run the ls command, the structure will look like this. Okay. Then after that, now the next step is let's run the application with OpenTelemetry logging exporter. So in this step, we will execute the Spring Boot application along with the OpenTelemetry Java agent, right? So execute the Spring Boot application with the Java agent by executing these following commands. So let's execute. After run this command, here you can see the Spring Boot. As you can see, Spring, right? Okay. After that, let's copy your instance IP, turn browser, and the port number is 8080. And after that, wait a few seconds. As you can see the UI, right? You can see the UI. Okay. So that's Swagger you upload the Spring Boot applications. Okay. Okay. Now let's test the calculate endpoint. Okay. So here, let's try it out. So here dividend 200 or division 20, click on execute. After executing, you can see the message, code and description. Okay, there is no error. You can see response body result of this. The answer is 10. If it is correct, then you will have this output like this successful result of this 200 divided by 20 is equals to 10. If you put any wrong, like 200 divided by 0, click on execute, then you will have error. You can see divisor cannot be 0, and here also you can see the message error. Okay, and if you want to stop, then you can simply enter the command control plus C. Okay, so it will stop. Okay, then after that, after testing it's successful, right? Okay, then observe telemetry is okay, it's done. Now, okay. Now after that, the next step is let's setting up the Prometheus to collect the metrics from Spring Boot application through the OpenTelemetry Java agent. So let's stop the running Spring Boot application by pressing the Control C. Yes, we have successfully stopped. Okay, and this step is important because we need to change how OpenTelemetry agent start with your application. Okay, now let's modify and restart the Spring Boot application with Prometheus exporter by entering the following command. So let's restart. And as you can see, it's successfully restarting. So now we need to open a duplicate tab. And now here we are going to install Prometheus. Okay. So here it will be finding okay. So let's install Prometheus using this wget command. And then after that, let's download and finish it. So we need to extract this file. If I run the ls command, as you can see, the Prometheus extracted file. Okay. So let's inside this. Run the ls command, there is a files. So we need to modify this prometheus.yaml file. So let's modify. So here, as you can see, there is a one job with the name Prometheus. Now here we are going to add one more job with the name here, my hotel app. Okay, and as you know, we need to careful about indentation. As you can see, it's proper, right? Okay, so let's save this file and exit. So let's save this file using press enter S and enter. Okay, so you can see it's successfully okay. It's done. Okay. Then after that, now let's start the Prometheus server. So start the Prometheus server by executing the following command of your current terminal here. Let's run this. And let's access the Prometheus in browser. How to access? Copy your instance IP, hit on browser, and your Prometheus port number is 9090. So as you can see, the Prometheus, it takes few seconds to load. So as you can see the dashboard of Prometheus, if you go to the status and target health, and there is a two job and the state is up. You can see the state needs to up. Okay, you can see the job and the port numbers and the metrics and so on. Now, if you want to run any query, then you can run any query here and click on execute, and you can see the graph of these, right? And so on the details. So that's the Prometheus, right? Okay. Then after that, now let's go to the adding Grafana. So we need to install Grafana. So now let's open again duplicate tab. And here let's install Grafana using this command. So first of all, let's install the Grafana on EC2 using the following command. Then next is let's add the GPG keys. Then let's add the Grafana repository to your API sources. Then let's update the system packages. And now it's time to install Grafana. So the command is sudo apt install, sudo apt get install Grafana hyphen y. So it's installing Grafana on our Ubuntu, right? So it takes few seconds to install Grafana. So wait for few seconds. So as you can see, is unpacking Grafana. Yeah, it's done. So we have successfully installed Grafana. So it's time to start our system reload the Grafana. Then let's enable the Grafana server. Then let's start the Grafana. And in last, if you want to check the Grafana status, then you can check Grafana status also. It's active running. Now it's time to access the Grafana in browser. So how to access? So let's copy our instance IP, hit on browser, and the Grafana port number is 3000. After that, you will have this page like that. the graph. Now loading. So just a second. It's loading. Oh, let's log into Grafana. So as you can see, after first time when we log into Grafana, so the default password of Grafana is admin. Sorry, user is admin and password is also admin. So click on login. Oh, it's loading. So as you can see the dashboard of Grafana. Okay, welcome to Grafana. Okay. So we have successfully logged into our Grafana, right? Okay. So now, okay. So after that, let's enter the username and password for the admin, okay, which is default, okay. Now let's run the following command. So this command, so we need to add here the details about SMTP. So let's enter the details about it here in this file. So let's scroll down and go to the emailing and SMTP like that. Let's scroll down. And as you can see here, SMTP and emailing. Okay. So here, as you can see, okay, on this line, I'm going to remove this. Here, I'm going to add this. Okay. So first of all, here, as you can see, your email right here from address. So you need to enter your email address here. And info once here. And then after that, here you need to enter a password, your app password. So as you know how to create app password in your mail, right? So if you don't know, then I'm going to show you. So here is your app password. You need to enter your app password. If you go to your mail and search app password, then there is app password. You need to enter a app password name that you want to create and click on create. It's generating a new app password. So firstly, you need to enter your mail password. Then enter your app password that you want to create. Click on create. And this is your app password. I'm going to copy and paste here. And let's save the file. So check for once here from address and username and so on the details. And this is your app password, right? Okay. So save the file and exit. Okay. It's done. After that, let's restart the Grafana server again. Okay. Now let's go to the Grafana. Okay. Now it's time to add data source in Grafana. So click on data source. Select Prometheus as a data source. And here you need to enter a Prometheus URL. So Prometheus URL here from here to here. So let's enter here. And let's save and test. You can see successfully created the Prometheus. Okay. Now let's go to the dashboard. Click on create dashboard. Add visualization. And select Prometheus. And click on code and enter the metric. As you can see, it's loading here. So wait a second. Then after that, you can enter any query here. I'm going to enter and click on run query. So you can see the data and so on the details, right? Okay. So let's save this dashboard. Okay. And let's save the dashboard and you can enter dashboard name and click on save. Okay, it's successfully saved. Okay, let's go to the home page. Okay, now the next step is here. Let's set up the alert in Grafana. Okay, so first of all here, let's go to this alerting. Click on add alert and click on add new alert role. Okay, so first of all, let's enter a name like Anything? Grafana uploads. Okay. Or you can enter any name. Mailer. Okay. Okay. Then next is define query and alert condition. Enter a query that you use there. And here enter this above here. I'm going to enter 5. Okay. And then next one is, let's scroll down. Then the third step is add folder and labels. So you need to search the folder. So as of now, there is no folder. You need to create a folder. So I'm going to create a folder with the name Java app. Okay. Then select evolution behavior, create a group, enter a name, and here the time is 1 minute. Okay. Then keep firing is on 0 seconds. Then go to the fifth step, configure notification alert manager. There is no any configuration, right? So you need to create a contact point. So let's go to this contact point. And enter your name. So I'm going to enter name alerts. Sorry, create contact point and enter name alerts, integration email, and enter multiple email address. Okay, but here I'm going to enter my email address. Enter only single email address. If you want to test it is correct or not, so you can test it. As you can see, as of now there is no any mail in my here, right? For this Grafana. So let's click on test, send test notification, test alert send. As you can see here, test alert, test for Grafana. You can see firing test, right? You can see. Okay, that means it's correct. Okay. Now click on Save Contact Point. Right. Just a second. Time to here. Okay, simply let's enter name alerts. Let's add again. Just a second. Okay, so I'm going to delete this and let's use this. Click on edit and here you can simply enter your mail address. Click on save points and here let's select this. You can choose this like option. Okay, if you want to create then you can create, but maybe there is a problem. So you can choose this by default and enter this. Okay. Then configuration notification, that's optional. Then click on link dashboard and panel. This is your dashboard that you have saved and your panel. Click on confirm. Okay. And now click on save. Okay. So let's check once. So let's click on save. So when the alerting condition is met, you will see the alert being fired. So let's go to the alert rule. And now you can see your alert rule. One rule is normal. Okay. So as I told you, when it's the alerting condition is met, you will see the alert being fired. So wait for few seconds. The normal is changed with fire. So wait a second. As you can see now it's normal, it's replaced with pending, and after that it will be fired. As you can see now there is no any mail, right? Because the status is pending. So we need to wait for few seconds. As you can see now it is firing. You can see firing, right? So let's go to the mail and wait a second. Wait a second, we will receive the mail. It's firing, right? So wait a second, we will receive. Sometime it take few seconds or few minutes to receive. Yeah, you can see here we have successfully received the mail firing message. You can see here. You can see here. Firing mail alert Java app. You can see the timing and so on. And Prometheus localhost 9090 one instance firing, alert name, map, Grafana folder, instance, job, and so on the details. Right. That means you have successfully received this mail. Right. So it's done. So in this session, we have learned how to monitoring Java APIs alerts with OpenTelemetry, Prometheus, and Grafana. So thank you for watching, and I hope you understand.